must be possible for life to appear on other suitable planets, of which there seem to be a large number in the galaxy. But we don't know how life first appeared. We have two pieces of observational evidence on the probability of life appearing. The first is that we had fossils of algae from 3.5 billion years ago. The Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago, and was probably too hot for about the first half-billion years. So life appeared on Earth within half a billion years of it being possible, which is short compared to the 10 billion year lifetime of the planet of Earth type. This suggests that the probability of life appearing is reasonably high. If it was very low, one would have expected it to take most of the 10 billion years available.
Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters for August 2025. And what we've got for you right now, oh my god, it's the finale. We have got 3 matches for you. After these 3 matches, we will have a winner of this tournament. The first match. Is it the first match? I don't even know what order the matches are going. So let me just make 1,000,000% sure, because, you know, I don't want to give you misinformation, disinformation, fake news, anything like that. Okay, yes, the first match will be AV Geek versus Leo. AV Geek, 16 seed, always a dangerous seed because, well, you know who usually is the #1 seed in the tournament, and that's very difficult to get through. But this time, AV Geek able to get through into the semifinals, and she'll be taking on Leo. So Leo looking for another shot at the finals. He's already been in the finals twice in this event, so he is looking to get in again and have another crack at a win. And then pretty exciting matchup for the second matchup as well. Zefania Nenu, of course, CTM Masters event winner, a former finalist. In fact, actually, AV Geek has been a finalist in this event too. So like everybody in this semifinals has been in the finals at some point. So AV Geek was in, I believe it was March, right? Leo was, I don't know, 2024 back-to-back. Nenu was in the second one, I think. Of course, and a 2-time Masters event winner, and of course, legend. And then, of course, Pixelandy. Okay, no, Pixelandy, of course, 6-time winner of Das Masters. Looking for yet another Das Masters win. So, yeah, pretty excited for this whole thing. One overwhelmingly successful winner in this event versus 3 people who've been in the finals and have not won the event. So this is gonna be a good one. It's like basically 3-on-1. I feel like if one of the other 3 wins, like they should all celebrate. Like somebody broke Pixelandy in the finals, right? Crazy. Okay, so that is what is happening today. Now tomorrow, by the way, we do have our Masters finals. And just to give you a quick peek at that, that's going to be 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time tomorrow. That should be 23 UTC. And just to give you a look at that, ready? It's going to change, ready? Oh my God. Yeah, Pixelandy, of course, in the semis of both. The first player to do that twice. Fractal was the first player to do that once. Andy, of course, was the first player to win both in the same month. He's looking to extend that streak, and Pixelandy becomes the second person to make it into, the first person to make it in the semis of both events in back-to-back months. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, tomorrow Masters event should be exciting. My hype is piped, I'll tell you that. Pixelandy versus Guafi, Dog versus Knight. So that will be tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow. But today, it's this. Das. No, Das is great. Okay, let us take a look at our rules, players. Yes, the rules are, these are the rules. It's a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based in the 1989 version of Tetris, released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, experience, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controllers as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronic or mechanical or even biological. No biological turbo, because this is a Das tournament, the press and hold play style. You can add a quick tap at the end. Okay, they were doing that like 15 years ago. That's fine. Do that. That's the spirit of Das. But yeah, you should not be slow tapping your way through the tournament. Oh, it's within Das limits. Yeah, occasionally, whatever. But you should be pressing and holding, okay? That is what you should be doing, okay? The semifinal matches will be best of 5, right? The finals, I didn't put on this slide, but the finals is a best of 7, okay? Finals is a best of 7. So these semis, the first player to 3 is the winner. Finals, first player to 4 is the winner. We will be starting on level 18. We will be using same piece sets. We will be re-rolling those same piece sets in between each game of the match. Players, make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on right now. I don't want to have to remind you. I don't want to find out 20 lines into the first game that, oh, whoops, you didn't. Okay, just turn it on. Turn it on all the time. Playing DAS, just leave it on. Players, you should not receive any in-game advice while you are playing. In between games is fine. You want to get coach, right? Coach sits there and says, oh, do this next time. But not in the middle of a game. Don't do it, okay? Do not pause unless the commentator tells you, particularly when you experience tech issues, right? So if your OBS starts wigging out, or your internet slows down, or your PC just starts chugging along, whatever, just keep playing. Assume the game that you're playing is going to count, because it might. And then await further instructions from me, your friendly commentator. I'm a commentator. Anyway, the winner gets absolutely nothing. Isn't that sad? Nobody even contributed to the prize pool. Oh wait, yeah, they did. It's at $1,336. We have exceeded our $1,000 top 8 incentive. Therefore, we're paying the top 8. So that's great. Thank you to everybody who has contributed to the prize pool to get us there and beyond. There's the D at the end. That's good. Yeah. So now we're not done. If you want to reward these DAS players for playing DAS for your enjoyment, you can still contribute to that prize pool. Use the Matcherino command while you're watching live. That'll bring up some links, right? One of the links says DAS or DM or something like that. Click on that one. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Once you get to the page, the top right-hand corner, there's a kind of faded out button. It's kind of hard to see, actually. It says log in. So click on that. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. You do not need to make a separate Matcherino account. And once you're in, mustard colored button, it says contribute. Smash the contribute button and empty your parents' credit card right into that prize pool. Okay, don't do that. But, you know, if you're a parent, you can empty your own credit card into the prize pool. Okay. Thank you again to everybody who has contributed to the prize pool. After the proceedings today, we will go down the list and thank everybody who has supported the players. The channel needs support too. Go to patreon.com/monthlytetris if you want to do that. You can make an ongoing pledge of support. Keep this channel going, just like the people on this slide, plus a few others who I have to add. I usually update it once a month, but maybe I should do that more often. I will try to get you all on there. But anyway, yeah, ongoing pledge of support, patreon.com/monthlytetris, just like these people have done. Scott, Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kimmer, Rope Potato, Gackett, Mila, and Jason, and others. So thank you to those of you who are supporting the channel. There are other ways to support the channel too. If you're over on YouTube, you got super chats. That's a way if you want to guarantee that I read your comment, at least in my own mind, if not out loud. Super chat's a great way to do that. Super thanks, super stickers, super comments, super this, super that. You got all that stuff. Channel memberships, gift channel memberships, Twitch. You got bits, you got subs, you got gift subs, you get Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming subs. Okay? Support the channel. There are other ways. Use the support command to find them. Is that enough? Is that enough of me? Sick of me already? God. Okay, we got one player warming up. We got a refresh. We'll get our players going. What is this? DM05. Here it is. DM05. Refresh. I'm sure Leo will just pop right up. We'll refresh AV Geek. Make sure she's all synced up. We're ready. We're like seconds away from doing the piece dump. There it is. This music means the pieces are about to be dumped on you. Real Bland, tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Players, the pieces are in chat. There they are, 274C80. Also, Quietude, thank you for the Prime sub, 3 months. Let's do that Tetris. I agree. Wallbant says, we love DAS. Thank you. We love DAS too, Wallbanther. Thank you very much. 26 months. Summer B, 6 months. Tier 1, 15 months. Thank you, Summer B. Very nice of you. Random with Titan said Vandy is the best. Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm at least in the top. I'm in the top 100 of Tetris commentators. I'll give myself that. Guys, let me just pause for 1 second. My headset cord is all tangled up, and I just want to detangle it because it's annoying. So just give me 1 second. All right, I am unmuted. There needs to be like a word for unmuted, like, because like that should be the default state. Mute is not the default state that you then have to unmute, right? I don't know. Okay, looks like both players are ready. Leo versus AV Geek. Let's check. Are they on seed? Yes, 274C80. They're ready. I'm ready. It's a best of 5 here in the semis. Let's get them both started. CTM Das Masters August 2025 semifinal number 1, Leo versus AV Geek in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, and they are indeed on the same seed. Oh, get rid of that thing. There it is. There they are. They're playing Tetris. They're excited. They want to win. I hope one of the 4 players today wins the tournament. That would be a great success. All right, on the left side of your screen, it is Leo. Leo was seed number 5 and qualified into this tournament with a 1.11 million. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period, as we do here in our monthlies, a 1-hour qualifier, top 2 average. Leo coming out of the purple bracket. It's kind of a sub bracket of the blue bracket. And Leo, in virtue of his top 8 seeding, got to skip rounds 1 and rounds 2 and go straight to the round of 16, where he defeated Tugi and Chroma to make it here to the semifinals. Leo from Bulgaria has a DAS PB of 1.26 million. 141 here for Leo, 120 for AV Geek as we get underway. And Leo's 1.26 million is a top 30 score. Leo is rated number 4 in the most recent DAS Premier poll. It's very sad about that Premier poll. I didn't get a chance to cast my vote this month because of all the stuff I'm dealing with at home. I just couldn't get it together, and I know it only takes a half hour, but it just didn't come together. So for the first time in a long time, I did not vote in Premier Poll this month. Hopefully Pumpy lets me back in. Just a one-time thing. I had a moldy apartment. Is that an excuse? I think so. 212 for AV Geek, 210 for Leo. But this is Leo's 7th appearance in DAS Masters. He's made it into the finals twice. That was in September and October of last year. Those were back-to-back against Pixelandy, and of course we know how it goes when you face Pixelandy. And he also made it into the semis 1 additional time as well. 280 here for Leo, 240 for AV Geek. You probably, I don't know if you do or not, but if you remember those CT DAS tournaments that Scamper ran a few years ago, CT DAS Test, CT DAS Real. Leo was the winner of one of those. The second one, I think that was the last one. Defeated Peak in the finals of that one. You've also seen Leo take a top 8 spot in CTWC DAS Championship, the one that takes place in Germany just this year, made it into the top 8. Also played in that tournament in 2023. And that is Leo. All right, AV Geek down stacking here, opens up that right side, trying to keep it open. Leo is going to get a Tetris 383. And AV Geek experiencing a little bit of a trout here and finally gets a log bar over. So I feel like I can do the intro now. Anyway, AV Geek on the right side of your screen. Seed number 16. Again, always a dangerous seed because, that's orange bracket. That's in the same That's in the same. That's in the path of the number 1 seed in the tournament, who very often is Pixel Andy in this tournament. But AV Geek able to get here into the semifinals, defeated. Got into that 16 seed with what, a 998 average, and flat kind of dead drop of the bar there, but finally gets another one for the Tetris. Anyway, 998 average of her best 2 games played in that 2-hour qual. AV Geek had to start in round number 2. When you make it into the top 16 but not the top 8, you get a 1-round bye, and AV Geek faced JDH in round 2, knocked out Merker, our number 1 qualifier this month, and then defeated Peak in the round of 8 to get here to these semifinals. AV Geek with a 1.26 million with DAS as a PB that coming into the tournament was a top 25 score. Maybe not anymore. It's been a while. But AV Geek was rated number 15 in the most recent Premier poll on the DAS side. And you can find the full rankings for that Premier poll, by the way, over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Quizzically. Van Dweller says that. Okay, 524 entry into 19 for AV Geek. This is AV Geek's 7th DAS Masters appearance. Again, it's finished in the finals. That was back in March. Won a hopeful circuit back in July of last year. And also played in our Lone Star Live Championship in 2022 and 2024. CTWC wise, AV Geek made her gold bracket debut this year, was top 4 in silver last year, 7th at the Jonas Cup last year, and also played in silver. Top 16 finisher 2022 and 23. 640 for Leo, 657 for AV Geek. We're on the green level, level 21. The speed has doubled, and the value of line clear is going up every single color change. 685 for AV Geek, Tetris 712, 696 for Leo. It's about 3 lines apart and about 16,000 points apart, so basically neck and neck. LOZ Cards fan, so both of these two seeking their first win in this, huh? Yes, only 3 players have won this event the 10 times we've held it, or 9 or 10 times. Andy has got 6 wins, Dog with 2 wins, and Giovanni with a win. But everyone in the semis has made it in the past to at least the finals. Everybody looking at some redemption here. Leo's board a little bit scary here. Okay, gets this. Well, is almost burning this down. Oh no, that left side, that is going to be unsurvivable. That L to the left hang like that, you cannot get anything over like that with DAS. So that is an immediate fatality there for Leo in game number 1. And AV Geek is good. AV Geek with a 900 on 25. That is good pace. So if you want to finish it out a little bit, you can. Now, these semifinals are best of 5, but the finals will be a best of 7. Just to make 1,000,000% sure. Well, not 1,000,000% sure, but just to take a little bit of the randomness out of it. What's up, Chen? Chen is here. All right, AV Geek trying to start a back-to-back max-out streak, of course. Everybody wants to get that back-to-back max in comp streak like Fractal had that time. I think it was 6 in a row. So players starting that. Maybe trying to get the 1.1 record, but we'll see. Oh, it's going to happen. AV Geek gets the 1.1. Poopfield Hex is crazy. There are still people who think BO7 isn't random enough. Crazy. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. We can't play forever, okay? I know there are people who think best of 9, I mean, it's enough. 7 is enough. Sky is here, Sebi is here, Gilded Lizard is here, Pseudo Canard, hello Z-Cars fan, Mari is here, hello Jasmine, hello Jasmine. Javan T is here. Javan T upping his Patreon support. Appreciate that, Javan T. We'll get you upgraded on that slide going into the next month. Okay. 0A07DD, 0A07DD. Looks like we're good. And as soon as both players signal ready, we will get started. Blank is here. Danny is here. Aaron is here. Best of 99. I know. Every single month, best of 99. I get, you know, I don't know. It's fun to see players have an extended series, but best of 99, it's too much. It's too much. Exactly, if means egg. Exactly. All right. Both players on seed. Both players ready. Let's get them started. Game number 2. AV Geek up 1 game to none. Here it is. Game number 2 is coming to you. Hell yeah. You think the whole tournament should be nice round best of 13s? All right, AV Geek's screen might be a little bit delayed. We have begun. I don't know if you're capture. There you go. There you go. I don't do the verbal countdown every. You know, I should. I want to get away from doing a verbal countdown every single time because honestly, I get tired of doing it. But. Maybe I should do it. You really thought that was Grand Designs? Oh my god. Wow. Hell yeah. Ay. What hath God wrought? 59,000 here for Leo as we get underway. 48,000 for AV Geek, who had a little bit of a delay. Not sure if it was a stream or what, but there will be a little bit of a line difference between these two. But sometimes that'll equalize. Players playing high on the board, that kind of thing. We'll see what happens. Why can't people redeem a genuine compliment anymore? I just have it on pause. It'll come back. Don't worry. It'll come back. I just, you know, I needed to give it a cool down. People really upset about this genuine compliment. They're very, very upset about it. I didn't realize how many people were saving for a genuine compliment. But it'll come back. Yeah, no compliments this month. I'm I'm an ingrate this month. I have nothing good to say about anyone. Danny says, Vanny gives me compliments all the time. Yeah, but they're not genuine, right? To get the real one, you got to pay for it. 194 for AV Geek, 207 for Leo. I mean, the problem is, like, people are saving for it, and like I don't know necessarily enough about every single person to have a lot of genuine compliments, and usually I go on and on with these compliments, so I feel like there's a lot of pressure. I feel like I need to do research. I'm like, Sebi seems nice in chat, but I don't know what to say about Sebi. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you seem like a nice person in chat. That's all I really know. 250 for AV Geek, 302 for Leo. So sometimes I don't really know enough to have an informed opinion. I mean, Chen, I have a lot to say about you. We'll see. I don't know how much is complimentary, but I'd have a lot to say about you. 306 for Leo, 296 for AV Geek. There's a Tetris for AV Geek. 322, 336 for Leo. I guess YouTube is totally in the dark on this. If you're watching on YouTube, on Twitch, you can, set up these little, you earn these fake points for watching, right? And then as a streamer, you can make little rewards for people to redeem them, little non-monetary rewards and things like that. So one of them is, and a very expensive one, is a genuine Van Dweller compliment. And it's expensive for a reason, but the problem is you all are so much Tetris addicts. You guys are just, I thought nobody would ever get enough for one. That's why it's like rare. Now everybody, oh no, line spin missed there for Leo. I didn't think anyone would ever really be able to redeem it. S-Day, right. Redeem a genuine compliment. Terms and conditions apply. Yeah, great. Pines Cutely says, Vandy, you should become terminally online as part of your job to know all about every community member. Yeah. I like to keep my distance a little bit. It's good to keep a little distance. Oh boy, this is an actually tough situation here for AV Geek. And yeah, that is not gonna work out. AV Geek gonna top out. Leo is already ahead. So level 18 top out is gonna give Leo a win in game number 2. Vandy, you are the trendsetter of Tetris tournament. I try to be ahead of the curve. Try not to do the same old all the time. I mean, I do. The problem is I do the same tournament month in, month out, but I like to throw in a few things here and there. New pieces are here, players. When you're ready, 0A10CF. Sup, Vandy, says Anjing. Steel is here over on YouTube. Sup, Steel. Okay. Both players ready to go. What was once a best of 5, now best of 3. Leo versus AV Geek, game 3. There's no category on this stream. Crappleberry. Yeah, let me fix that. Blame me, because it's my responsibility to know that. But also blame Twitch a little bit. All right, I did it. Thanks, Tugi. AV Geek has got the VITs. I don't want to say VITs set up because it's redundant, but that VITs is set up and fulfilled. All right, nice double. Keep that open. Trying to bring this stack down while keeping that well open. Skimming off doubles. Oh, the bar to the left. That could be fatal, but it's not, because AV Geek had one burn available and got the burn and then got a bar. So that was very dicey. AV Geek not out of the woods yet, though. Needs to get something to that left side to chop this down. And wow, that extra tap on that J piece to the left. Again, still not quite out of the woods, but my word. Dancing on the knife's edge. Uff Means Egg says, AV Geek getting the most AV Geek RNG I've seen. Yeah, there do seem to be ultimately two ends of the RNG spectrum. One, Fractal RNG. Two, AV Geek RNG. Those are the two categories. 101 for AV Geek, 172 for Leo. There's Tetris AV Geek 146. All right, so we're safe now for now. You haven't seen Sharky RNG? I feel like I've seen everyone's RNG. I've been around a long time. I've seen everything. All right, Tetris AV Geek 61 lines, 57 lines for Leo 227. Kind of feel like I've forgotten how to do this. It's been a while. I don't remember when my last stream was, and a lot has gone on. Just personally between that and now, I mean, walls are being ripped out and cats are being wrangled on an emergency basis and bringing them to other locations so they don't get chemicals on them. It's been a very stressful time dealing with this apartment stuff. So it looks like there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I will be trying to open quals for October tonight. I have a few things I have to do in the afternoon, but tonight it's my one task is open quals for Masters, for Mega Dasters, and maybe one other tournament. But yeah, this housing mold remediation situation, it's really been very disruptive. But at least I can breathe. Previous streams I've been honestly like unable to breathe very easily because of mold situation, but it's much better now. We're not fully done, but it's much better. 395 for Leo, 320 for AV Geek. It's about a 75,000 point lead. Same line count. It's about a 3.5 Tetris lead. Because Tetris is here worth 22,800. 3 times that is about, what, 68? Plus, okay, yeah, so something like that. Tetris AV Geek 351, 398 Leo. Oh, N-Dog with a prize pool goal. So N-Dog in chat on Twitch says, if you get the prize pool to 1,400, I'll make it 1,500. So really just $44 away from getting another $100 into the Das Masters prize pool. So guys, there's 101 people watching on Twitch. There's 73 over on YouTube. Somehow between 175 people, we can muster another $44 into the prize pool and unlock another 100 courtesy of N-Dog. So let's do it. Use the Matcherino command everywhere. Bring up the links. You know, $5 a piece from 9 people will do it. 478 for AV Geek, 551 for Leo. Thank you, N-Dog, for making that incentive. Appreciate that. 4331 is needed. Thank you, Chen. Doing the exact math. Is Qual's going to run to the end of the month? Yeah, it will. Semi 1 of 2. Yes, that is right, Sharky. 611 for Leo, 513 for AV Geek. There's a Tetris AV Geek now. You know, she's ahead by about 8 lines and back by about a Tetris and a half. Okay. Tetris is right here approaching, what are they, 28-8? Is that what, are they 28-8 right now? Yeah, they're 28-8 right now. Sharky says, imagine a $100,000 prize pool. Sharky, eventually, these prize pools are going to be in the millions, okay? They are going to be in the millions. Oh boy, AV Geek actually in trouble on that square to the left. That is fatal. And Leo will take game number 3 and go up 2 games to 1. All right, we've had exactly 0 contributions to the prize pool since N-Dog made the pledge. And that's up to you. I'm not going to guilt you guys into it. This is all up to you, all right? I don't want to guilt y'all. I mean, I do want to, but I don't want to lay it on too thick. All right, there we go. Gilded Lizard, $13 contribution gets us up to $13.69.69. Thank you, Gilded. Time to accept gambling money. I mean, I don't have a problem with gambling. I was a professional gambler for like a decade, but I don't know. I don't have any moral problem with it, but autonomous drone money. I don't mind autonomous drone money. I mean, would you rather non-autonomous drones? Like, you know, all right. However, I don't want to send. Well, I won't get into it. I don't want to send Tetris players to certain places. There's the max out for Leo, level 29 max out unlocked for Leo. Community's too young for gambling. You're never too young to gamble. Oh wait, yes you are. Whoops. I meant you are too young to gamble. Sometimes. You're gonna get your fantasy Tetris team. Is someone doing a fantasy Tetris league? Because I wanted to do something like that years ago, but people weren't interested. But how would fantasy Tetris work? You get to draft from all the Tetris players and follow their journeys and points and all that stuff. I mean, that would be great. I was trying to $5 contribution from Danny. Thank you. 1374, folks. 8415AB. All right, they're both on C. They're both ready. Game number 4, AV Geek needs to win this one to stay in. Let us get them going. Game number 4. Yeah, of means egg. That's what I don't want to do. I don't know, you know, I don't want to do that. I have to go after spot. It's kind of good. Like, we're not doing CTM September, and it's kind of good because it's giving me a chance to work. Like, I'm not gonna be sitting around. It's gonna give me a chance to work on some stuff, hopefully, to, I don't know, this help the long-term future of this channel. Just stuff I've always wanted to work on, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do not want to I don't want to send people to weird and dangerous countries just to get a prize pool. $47,000 for Leo, $14,000 for AV Geek. Is CTM finally getting a sponsor? I don't know. Maybe. Oh wait, you guys don't remember Renson Accounting Solutions? That was our sponsor, guys. I'm not laughing at that sponsor, but it's unfortunate that I can't find them online anymore. So I guess the sponsorship didn't work. Oh man. That's the tough part of the sponsorship, right? Like, yeah, you could find someone to sponsor you for a month or two or whatever, but it's just, I don't get how they get an ROI, By the way, we are basically $21 away from unlocking another $100 contribution into the prize pool from NDog. So if you want to help, we just need, one person with $21. You would basically be like 6xing that by putting in that 21, almost 6xing it. Five people do 4 apiece, and we're almost there. Oh, there's another incentive. 121 gives 300. Oh my goodness, that is very, very generous from NDog. So if we get to 1,500 on our own. My God. Well, let's work on getting this $21. In this economy, it's tough. It's like blood from a stone. I don't blame anyone for having to economize. $280 for AV Geek, $380 for Leo. $5 from Jade Heart. All right, doing your part. Appreciate that. Really nice. Thank you. Tetris AV Geek, $328, $405 Leo. Will Mega Dasters get a 5-figure prize pool? Oh my God. That would be pretty nuts. Yeah, we're 1531 away. Oh, thanks, NDog. Appreciate that. 15 from Neko. That gets us 31 cents away from the first incentive. 31 cents away. Now, NDog has also said that if we get to 1,500 on our own, that would unlock another 300. So thank you very much, Neko. Really appreciate that. 425 for AV Geek, 544 for Leo. There's a Tetris AV Geek. Back by almost 100,000 points, though. Of course, things can turn very quickly, as we have seen so far in this match. People are humming along, and all of a sudden one misadventure on the left side of the board and just game over, right? So haven't had any chase down so far. All the early top outs were when the opponent was ahead. And there it is, Mad Pair with the $5 contribution. So we have unlocked $100 minimum. 618 transition for Leo. Now, minimum 100 we have unlocked from NDog. Now, if we get to 1,500 on our own, NDog has said he'll make that 100 300. So we're going to keep this open. Don't plunk it in yet, NDog. I believe in our community. 669 for Leo, 587 for AV Geek. Galizer says if I win Powerball, there'll be a $1 million Tetris tournament. All right, I'm going to hold you to that. I mean, how would I know? You're not going to tell us, oh, yeah, I did win. Yeah, I guess chat saying, holy S-burst. 647 for AV Geek. I guess I missed the S burst. Tetris for Leo, 723. That left side for AV Geek is a problem. And yeah, that plugging up that right side, there's just nothing that AV Geek could really do except maybe try to burn out of it with an L piece to the left. But what else can you really do? I mean, that was tough. So AV Geek gonna top out, and Leo is good and will be moving to the finals again. So GG's AV Geek. You played well. You made it into the money, which is good. Cashing in another tournament, not the worst. Obviously, people want to win, but this whole thing is rigged, right? Only one player can win the whole thing. So Leo back in the finals, third time and first time in like almost a year. So Leo gonna play this out. Thank you so much to I just saw it out of the corner of my little eye. All right, it wants me to log in. Oh boy. All right, so Leo gonna top out. Let me go ahead and thank the person. But Matcherino page is being a bit stubborn right now. Abby Normal. All right, thank you, Abby Normal. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and deconstruct this whole page and run some ads. We're gonna run ads, guys. You guys love ads so much. There's an ad. There's an ad. And yeah, it's gonna be Pixel Andy versus Zafanya Nenu in a moment. Let me go ahead and report the results of the match. All right, the Matcherino page is, it's being kind of it's being annoying. 3-1. Leo, what are you eating? Is that potatoes? Is that what are you eating there? Cabbage? What is that? I want to know what that is. You love watching ads give you more? Oh, well, Twitch makes you cool down ads, all right? Okay, so on the left side, goodbye number 5 and hello number 6. And on the right side, goodbye number 16. Goodbye number 16. Bye. Hello number 7. All right, we're up to 414. If we get another 86 in the we've already unlocked 100. But Ndog has said, "Oh, I'll make it 300 instead if you get to 1500 on your own." So we're 86 away from unlocking another 300 in the Das Masters prize pool, guys. All right, let's refresh these players, do the whole thing. All right, Nenu going. You got a Red Bull ad? Oh my God, Sharky. We'll never hear from you again. You're going to be whisked away into a, well, I don't know, door. They're going to be whisked away. Oh my goodness. Tetris players getting disappeared in the UAE. Oh my word. All right, Chen says, if I win Powerball, I will host a CTM regional. It'll be a week-long thing and I'll fly me out. Oh my God. You'll fly me out? Wow. Oh my God. Oh, I think they'll let me. Oh, they're preparing a 1 minute. I can't run an ad again. All right, Andy is here. I'm going to refresh both these players just to make sure that they are synced up. Can you go to Chen's CTM regional, N-Dog? Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. Maybe. Anyway, we are $86 away from potentially unlocking a bonus $200. We've already unlocked 100, but if we get another 86, that'll add on another 200 courtesy of N-Dog. A very generous Twitch chatter and YouTube chatter. So really, you've been on both. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces in the chat. Players. The pieces are there. You can continue the warm-up you're on. That is fine. Or even do another one. But we're going to try to get this underway because we do have a match, of course. It depends on this. And it is a best of 7 match. The finals. This one here is a best of 5, but Rogue Potato with the $5 contribution gets us to 14-19. Thank you, Rogue Potato. Rogue Potato says, "What's N-Dog?" Indeed. Guild the Lizard with that 13 says, "All right, everyone else donate." Danny says, "Yeah, Tetris." Ace Hardcastle says, "Bulgaria #1. All right, I feel like Andy is playing, like warming up, but I think Andy's capture is frozen. That's my guess. That's what I feel like is happening. Because clearly things were happening on the controller, but the capture was not doing anything. I have some mic echo. It's only a small amount. You're listening too closely. If you can hear it. I've had some reason my voice is bleeding into some other part of the mixer, but I just don't. There's a tiny bit. Like, I think if I turn the music off. Hey everybody. Da, 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 da. Well, no, actually it's kind of gone. All right, it's gone. Yeah, so I don't think it is. Maybe I took care of it. All right, the pieces are here, players. I am ready to begin. you've had a long time to prepare. So it is time. All right, looks like both players have signaled ready. E9, CC98, yeah, they are both ready. It is semifinal number 2, Pixel Andy versus Nenu. The winner goes to the finals in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I believe they're going to start any moment now. I believe very strongly that they are going to start. Oh my God! Look, one of them did, the other one did. Holy moly! Wow. Well, the left side of your screen, Pixel Andy, seed number 6 this month from the United States of America, has a PB of 1.32 million with DAS. Last I heard, maybe you got a 1.4 cents. I don't know. It's been a while since I made these slides, but coming into the tournament, it was a 1.32. Qualified into the tournament with a 1.10. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Andy, what can I say? I mean, Andy has won 6 of the DAS Masters tournaments that we've played. How many have we played? 9? And he's won 6 of them. 2 for 2 for Dog, 1 for that other guy, Giovanni. There he is. You know, that other guy. So Andy has won it 2/3 of the time. And he's looking to win this one, get back into those finals, take down another DAS Masters. Of course, he's a, 5-time? Is it 5-time CTM Masters winner? He is the reigning winner of this tournament and the Masters event. The first player ever to win DAS Masters and Masters in the same month. And he has a shot to do it again because he's in the semis of this and of the Masters event. Andy, his win last month came after a 22-month drought of Masters wins. He had won previously in, August of 2023 and then won it in June. So a 22-month span between Masters wins. 194 for Nenu. Opens up the right side. Nice long bar there for Nenu. And guess whose record Pixel Andy broke? Yeah, it was Nenu. Nenu had previously a 20-month span between Masters wins. I want to say it was, all right, let me see. I want to say it was September 2019 to May of 2021. I think that's what, off the top of my head. But anyway, Andy, overall, 5-time Masters winner, 6-time DAS Masters winner. This is his 10th appearance. He's also a Challenger Circuit winner. Who could ever forget winning a Challenger Circuit? 6-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finishing the finals in 2020, the first online year. Took 4th in the Jonas Cup, CTWC's North American DAS Championship in 2024. Also been in CTWC's Gold Bracket semis twice, 2021 and 2022. So Andy, he's done a lot. Nenu, 297. Andy, 333. I mean, there's a million other things I could tell you about Andy too, but I want to pile on. Anyway, on the right side of your screen, it is Nenu. Nenu qualified in with a 1.093. has a 1.311 with DAS. That's a top 10 DAS score. I think fewer than 10 people have got a 1.3 with DAS, or maybe it's exactly 10 people, but it's 10 or fewer. Nenu is ranked the 14th highest ranked DAS player on the DAS Premier poll. Andy was number 1, of course. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. Nenu is a 2-time CTM Masters event winner, as I mentioned. Won it in, correct me if I'm wrong, September 2019, May of 2021. Played in the Masters event 30 times, including 2 Mega Masters appearances. This is his 8th appearance in DAS Masters. He's been in the finals 1 time. That was in the very first one, right? This is a rematch, isn't it? Isn't this a rematch of the first ever DAS Masters finals? That was in July of last year, our first one. And also he finished in the semis twice, most recently in February of this year, 2-time Challenger Circuit winner, 2-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finished in the top 4 in 2020, the first online year, and also in the top 8 the following year. The second online year has not had the chance to play in a live CTWC. One day we'll meet Nenu in person, I hope. 486 for Nenu, 454 for Pixelandy. So there is an active challenge, by the way. So 510 Nenu entry into 19. Or not entry, but on 19 currently. 500 entry for Pixelandy into 19. So a little bit low transition-wise. So maybe an RNG thing. 500, not a bad DAS transition, but, you're looking at like mid 500s and higher. So the speed is doubled relative to 18, and now the value of line clear is going up a little bit every single level increase. About 10 lines apart, about 6,000 points apart. So there is an active challenge from one of our community members. If we get to $1,500, oh no, Nenu's left side is a problem. Can get squares over, though. Oh, this is going to be tough. No, that is going to be a top out for Nenu in game number 1, and Andy is good. That active challenge is from N-Dog. If we get to 1,500 on our own, N-Dog will kick in 300. We've already unlocked a challenge, but this is like a little extra challenge. 52 Cannon just subbed on Twitch. Thank you, 52. All right, Andy's going to try to go basically perfect and start a back-to-back max streak. Players want that streak. And he's like, nah, forget it. Let's just play. All right, good. Your name is Cannon, by the way. All right, Cannon. Thank you, Cannon. So we get another $81 and we will be up to 1,800. But if we stay right here, it'll be 1,500, right? N-Dog says, let's make it 500 to get DAS up to 2,000. Well, N-Dog in chat has just said if we get, correct me if I'm wrong, if we get to 1,500, 81 more dollars, and N-Dog will kick in another 500. So that's it. So 81, look, think of the return on that. Investing $81 to get 500 more is pretty good. So let's get there. AC50EA, AC50E, both players are ready Get him started. Game number 2. Andy up 1-0. All right, Grandmaster Ubero making a historical parallel. All right, thank you. Anjing says, okay, I'm stealing my mom's credit card. N-Dog says, show your support for these players you're enjoying watching. Yeah, I agree. $49,000 for Pixelandy, $71,000 for Nenu. Monthly Tetris, thank you for the $5 contribution. What the heck? Monthly Tetris? My God. Thank you, Monthly Tetris. Tetris for Nenu, 167, 128 for Pixelandy. So that means we're just like $75 and change away from unlocking another $500, guys. Nenu spiring a little bit. This is, this is the bystander problem, right? Someone else will do it. That's what's happening. Tetris for Nenu, 204. 203 for Pixelandy. Well, hopefully, N-Dog, you're going to give us to the end of the broadcast to get it. I hope. Tetris down the middle for Nenu, 230. 207 for Pixelandy. Yeah, if we just got to unlock that $75.31. $258 for Nenu, $253 for Pixelandy. Both of them in the top four of that 2020 CTWC. Very memorable for me since I was one of the streamers there for it. It's always weird. Like sometimes you'll go, they'll re-show on like ESPN late at night or whatever, they'll re-show the edit they did of the 2020 CTWC and they'll show footage and I'm like, yeah, that footage came from my computer. Like it's weird to see that. Like, oh yeah, that was me. I recorded that. That was fun. It's fun to see that. 351 for Nenu, 375 now for Pixelandy. $20 from was it 20? Hold on, 20 or 25? Yeah, it was $20 from Andy Co. So we are now $56 away from unlocking like $500 more dollars. Like that's crazy. Where else can you get, over 9x on your money, right? What an investment. It's a no-brainer. All right. Well, N-Dog saying, I'm not sure how much longer this is going to go. I don't know how much longer I can watch. So if you want to really be 100% sure we unlock it, get it in now. If we get 3 more contributions, just like Andy Coe, that would do it. $4.94 for Nenu. Nenu into 19. He's got 546. $25 from Davis WX. I mean, N-Dog must be, very well versed here in principles of persuasion, right? Oh, limited time, scarcity. And then I'm like, oh, be like this person, social proof, right? We're doing it. We just need another $31. Been reading his Robert Cialdini. 603 for Pixelandy, 678 for Nenu. Yeah, 31 left. 31 is left. 3 more people contribute $10.11. We're there. And we'll have a $2,000 prize pool for the price of like $30. 718 for Pixelandy, 775 for Nenu. Tetris for Andy, 848, 824 for Nenu. So Pixelandy ahead by a little bit, but still anyone's game. Now remember, level 29. Oh boy, Nenu's board now is a mess, and that is unsurvivable. That is going to be a top out. So Andy is good in game number 2. Someone asking if Nenu was in Tap Masters. I used the bracket command, and you can go and check for yourself. Imagine doing your own research. All right, there's the max for Pixel Andy. He's going to practice. Oh, I thought he was going to. Oh, yeah, he's going to practice maybe going for 2. Are you going to go for 2? Or is he going to go for like a level 30, level 31 situation? See what he does. All right, he's got a. Oh, no, just nothing to chop it over on that right side. Couldn't chop it down. That seems like the way to go, though. You know, a center well or a column 9 or something. You can basically chop down with a bunch of different pieces to get that level 30. Maybe I'll do a level 30 I'm never going to max out, but maybe I can get a level 30. All right, guys, 31, basically $32 away from unlocking $500 in the prize pool. Let's try to get this done before N-Dog leaves. Is the Matcherino link working it? I have had some trouble myself on the site. Probably because so many of you are trying to get over and contribute, right? That's what it is. It's working fine for you. I'm having trouble actually getting over. Guys, can you all try to go to that? Like, how transparent? You know, how transparently manipulative can I be? Guys, go to the link and see if you can get there. Is the link working for you guys? Can you guys all see if this link works for you? It says, yeah, there it is tough. People are having trouble getting over, so I understand if we're not getting there. I appreciate you guys trying to get through. So whoever can get through, please try to help, because not everyone's getting through. All right, looks like 2CA203, 2CA203. All right, both players are ready. It is game number 3. Pixel Andy up 2 games to none. Nenu's got to win this one to stay in. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Anjing said, I got my level 30 before max out. With Das? Oh, we got the 1500. Are you serious, man? Are you serious, man? It was Cloudy Shoe. Cloudy Shoe has contributed $30.31. One of the few people able to get through to the Matcherino. Got us all the way there. Thank you so much, Cloudy Shoe. Getting us to our $1,500 goal. That means N-Dog is going to kick in another $500. And N-Dog has come through on these, so there's some doubter in the YouTube chat. Do not doubt. N-Dog is legit and is a man of his word. So thank you, Cloudy Shoe. And everybody else who got us there. Davis WX, Andy Co, Monthly Tetris, huge. Rogue Potato, Abby Normal, Mad Pear, Neko, Jade Hart, Ace Hardcastle, Danny Cox, Gilded Lizard, and Sailor Ginseng. Thank you for getting us there. And $500 goes into the prize pool. Thank you so much, N-Dog. Anjing, I always fulfill my promises. Signed, N-Dog. So there you go. See? And N-Dog will say, see? So there it is. Thank you very much, N-Dog, and everybody else who helped get us to that goal. Really, really appreciate that. All right, back to Tetris. No more fundraising. We're playing Tetris. 211 for Andy, 212 for Nenu. Oh, Giovanni says the month I don't play. I know. So you can't not play, man. Ever. You can never take a break. All right, let me go ahead and give Andy's stream a refresh. Just keep playing, players. Just keep playing. It's his capture. All right. We're gonna, yeah, the capture's not coming back. We're gonna go ahead and stop. We're gonna top out. We're gonna top. No, I already said top out, so it's binding. We don't want a player to hear top out, take the foot off. And yeah, even though it's back, we're gonna top out because I said the word top out. So that is the fair thing to do. If I had seen Dog racing in a split second earlier, I wouldn't have said top out, but I would have understood what was happening. I mean, I understood what he was doing, but it was too late. Wait a second. Why is wait, was that Dog? Why is Dog in Andy's room? What the heck? Wait, are you guys related? Wait, are they? Wait a second. Are they brothers? Whoa, dude, that explains so much. What the heck? That makes so much sense, bro. Oh my God. Thank you, N-Dog. Really appreciate that. All right, if it happens again, Dog, you got to race in, and I won't say top out if you race in very quickly. All right, B3 8EF4. B3. All right, we need pinners here. Any pinners? No pinner. I'll pin it. You guys keep chatting. There you go. B3 8EF4. Yeah, what the heck? They don't look alike at all. When people are like, that was so dumb back then. They don't look alike at all. Like, I mean, they do look alike. I mean, you know, family resemblance, they look enough alike to be in the family. You know what I mean? It's, I didn't get that at all. Unless people were memeing, but I mean, they look a lot alike. All right, looks like both players are ready. B38EF4. All right, B's and 8s in order. Let's go. We're starting for real on God, no cap. Game number 3. Pixelated up 2-0. 3-2-1 Tetris. Yeah, back in the day, people were like, they don't look alike at all, because like one had longer hair and the other one had shorter hair and one had glasses and didn't. Yeah, that's so different. All right. Anyway, thanks, players, for putting up with that. You know, of course, you know, that's par for the course nowadays. Well, not nowadays, all days. Playing NES Tetris online, captures, break, we restart games. We do our best. Now, Doug, if you run into the, if this happens again and you run into the room quickly enough, I'll keep it going. You gotta sprint in. $94,000 for Nenu, 94 for Pixelated. Of course, the funny part of this month was they faced off against each other in the top 8. And the problem was that for months and months, they had, you know, one of their capture cards had broken. So they were just trading off the same capture card. Like, okay, I have to play a thing, so you get the, you know, I get the capture card. And then when it's another player's turn, they get the capture card. They've been dodging playing against each other for months, but unfortunately, or fortunately, they ran into each other in the top 8. So we actually had to delay the top 8 until another capture card came in from Amazon. So that's pretty funny. 176 for Pixelandy. Anyway, N-Dog in the middle of that had to take off. So thank you, N-Dog, getting us to $2,000 in the prize pool with a very generous $500 contingent contribution to the prize pool. And our community came through, got the extra, $180 to unlock the full $500 bonus. So thank you to the community, and thank you to N-Dog for doing that. 243 for Nenu, 225 for Pixel Andy. Mino Foofle says, I'm still amazed how much we raised for Tap Masters. People love that format, it seems. Yeah, but players are also complaining, like, yeah, they don't want to do it all the time. Like, they had fun, they liked it, but they don't want to do it all the time because tapping can be, a little bit painful or exhausting. Of course, so can rolling. Rolling probably a little less exhausting, but it really depends on the individual, I guess, right? Cole is over on YouTube. Look at this. Rolling is exhausting as well on the wrist. Quite a bunch of rollers having hand pain by now. Yeah, I think it's the kind of thing where some people can kind of handle it. Some people can't. I think it's a lot like playing a musical instrument, right? Like some people get a lot of pain and fatigue because it's unnatural hand position. So I guess you got to do some exercise or something. $390 for Nenu, $394 for Pixel Andy. Tapping is far more strenuous than rolling once you have proper form, says Cole on YouTube. Well, we're only going to do Tap Masters occasionally, maybe like twice a year. Something like that. 419 for Nenu. 442 for Pixel Andy. Rumsies says, I got wrist pain from DAS. Rolling and tapping are not in my future. Oh, wrist pain from DAS. I don't hear wrist pain a lot. I get it in my thumb muscle. Like my, big, I don't know what you'd call it, but the big, I guess if it was my shoulder, it would be my shoulder, but it's like the shoulder muscle of my thumb, I guess, is where I get it. But I don't care. I just push through it. I'm old. It doesn't matter. 536 for Nenu. 536 for Pixel Andy. All right, Nenu is into 19, 530 something, 580 something for Pixel Andy into 19. All right, a couple of burns here for Nenu. Got a spire in the middle, so just trying to knock this down a couple of rows, flatten it out a bit. Nika says, imagine Tap Masters, but if all forms of tapping were allowed. Yeah, I'm actually thinking we might do something like that. Oh, Nenu, the middle of that board. That T is a misdrop. And there's a nice triple. Nenu going to bring it down. Going to have to clean up, but he's back by 70,000 points, something like that. Nenu gonna miss the line spin on CTM. Oh no. It's portentous. You best not miss line spins. Better not to attempt line spins on CTM if you're gonna miss them. 589 for Nenu, 734 for Pixelandy. All right, Tetris Nenu 659, Andy at 805. The Tetris is here worth what, 30,000? And remember, level 29 is basically the terminal level for the DAS playstyle. The speed is going to double, virtually unsurvivable. So players now about 30 lines to go to pretty much do all the scoring they are going to do. Is DAS Mega Masters next month I need to train? Yes. We're going to open quals sometime today. I have a few errands to do after this stream, but when I come home, my 100% focus will be on opening quals for next month, and Mega Dasters will be part of that. $944 for Pixelandy, $859 for Nenu. Tetris for Nenu, $894, and he is going to have to be efficient and more. That one burn is going to make one less Tetris available, and Nenu now... Oh, Andy kind of in trouble here. There's going to be a top out for Andy at 982. So if Nenu can muster 2 Tetrises here... Oh, he doesn't know it. So what can he do? Oh, no. If he could have gotten 2 Tetrises, he could have taken it. But no, no, very unlucky. He had a hole in the stack, and I don't think it was going to come together anyway. But my goodness. Yeah, I don't think it was going to come together anyway. But that is going to do it. Andy is headed to the finals again. Nenu, GG's to you. Always a pleasure to have Nenu in the finals. Congrats on making it into the semis again. Hope to see you in the future. But it's going to be Andy moving on to the finals to take on Leo for the 3rd time in the finals. Rory says, oh my God, Andy in the final of DAS Masters. Literally unbelievable. Literally insane. GG. Yeah. Insane. What the heck? So that is going to go in the books as 3-0 for Andy. That's right, Andy, 3 times. All right, so I'm going to run some ads. Ad. These are, Sky says, these are precedented times. They are indeed precedented. Okay. All right, so it's going to be goodbye number 7. We should just let Andy play the finals against himself like every time, right? All right, guys, you knew it was inevitable. Andy is going to face Andy. Best of 7 in the finals. And I'm predicting Andy in this one. Totally unbeatable so far in the finals. What the heck? I'm predicting Andy. I know it's a hot take. The only opponent he can't beat is himself. Somehow he'll find a way, actually. I feel like he's so good, he'll find a way. All right, let's get rid of Andy over here. Bring in Leo. Oh, level 30. There you go. All right, guys, give me a minute. I will be right back, and then we will get underway. We can watch them warm up and do the whole thing. And we will be back. Okay, so I'm just about ready now. So yeah, it kind of gave me an idea, you know, like, all right, Andy versus Andy, haha. Like the legend, what is it, Zelda 2, right? Link, the final boss is Dark Link. So like, what if we did a thing? What if we had a format where a player did have to beat themselves, right? So let's say we took their 10 top performances, right? Individual games. And then behind the scenes, I randomly picked one of those games, and the player would have to beat themselves against one of their best performances and see if they can actually beat themselves in a match. That would be, I want to see that. So it would be like Andy versus Dark Andy. That would be very difficult if it's a top 10 performance. Yeah, that's why it's very difficult. You got to bring your best game. Maybe we'll do that this month. We don't have a CTM tournament this month, but I think I will be able to do some streams. Or be able to do some streams. There we go. Maybe we'll do that, like Dark Andy. Andy versus Dark Andy, or just player versus the dark version of that player. I'm thinking about it. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you some pieces. I like this idea. Picking randomly doesn't work? Why doesn't picking randomly work? Sign you up for this, Bendy? We could. For each player, picking randomly for all players would be fair. What do you mean? No, but they're Yeah, their cam of their, yes, the cam of their past game, inverted colors. Yes, we're on the same page. Don't worry. I got it. They got to be blind to the recorded game. Oh, well, you think they're going to like study the, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we're on the same page, Joke. I'm already way ahead of you. Picking randomly for all players for their 10th best game. Picking randomly for all players for their 10th best game. I guess I'm not following what you're saying, but I'm just saying you have their best 10 games or best 15 games in a queue ready to go, and I pick randomly on my side, and one of them gets brought up. So I don't know if we're on the same page, Avi. I mean, players playing against themselves, right? Not all players. It should be the most average game? No, they got to beat themselves at their best. All right, looks like both players are ready. All right, no, this is dumb. All right, 83605B. There's not going to be anything in September exiting. There's not going to be anything, unfortunately. All right, looks like both players are ready. This is the finals. Now, players, this is a best of 7. A best of 7, okay? Keep in mind, best of 7. You got to win 4, okay? Looks like both players are ready. All right, it's the finals. CTM DAS Masters, August 2025. It's a best of 7. The winner is the champion for August here on August 37th. Leo versus Pixel Andy in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. It is best of 7. That's right, Suds. On the left side of your screen, it's Leo, seed number 5 from Bulgaria. Leo qualified in with a, what was it? There it is. A 1.11 million average of his best 2 DAS games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. That seeded him in the top 8, and because of that, he got a 2-round bye and got to start in the round of 16. And Leo defeated Tugi, Chroma, and AV Geek, and is now making his 3rd appearance in the finals. The previous 2 appearances were against Pixel Andy. Of course, we know Pixel Andy. Well, we know how that turned out. But those were in back-to-back months. Those were in October and September. Well, September and October of 2024. Andy won both of those in a sweep, and that's back when the finals were best of 5. So we're best of 7 now. So Leo trying to get that first DAS Masters win. He's a winner of the one of those CT DAS real tournaments from back in the day, and by back in the day I mean 2 years ago. Also won a hopeful circuit back in November of 2022. He played in CTWC DAS Championship in Germany in 23 and 25, and this year's the 2025 one. He was in the top 8. 175 for Leo, 194 for Pixel Andy. Leo was ranked number 4 in the most recent DAS Premier poll. That's a ranking of DAS players that's done on a quarterly basis based on a poll of various Tetris broadcasters, and journalists, and analysts, and whatnot. And Leo was number 4 in that poll. You can find the full results over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. 247 for Leo. 267 for Pixel Andy. On the right side of your screen, Pixel Andy. Of course, a 6-time winner of this event, qualified into seed number 6 with a 1.10. Andy's right side of his board, kind of a mess here, so a little dependent, but bringing it down. Okay, and he's going to open up that gap over on the left side. And he is now open on the right, awaiting a bar. Oh, and he's going to quick tap that S over to the left side. I was concerned about where that was going to land. Ultimately, wouldn't have mattered. The bar was coming. But 299 here for Andy. There's one Leo, 362. So Pixel Andy, of course, 6-time winner of this event. He's a 5-time Masters event winner. He is the reigning champion in both this tournament and the Masters event. First player ever to win DAS Masters and Masters in the same month. Looking to do that again back to back. If he wins this, it would be one step toward that. He's in the semifinals of the Masters event. That whole thing is going to play tomorrow, the semifinals and finals. 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, 23 UTC. Pixel Andy with a 1.32 million PB. He was ranked number 1 on the DAS Premier poll. That came out in July, so I think we're due for a refresh in... Yeah, so in October, I think next month we're due for a refresh, or maybe it's October. But yeah, he was ranked number 1. He also won a challenger circuit back in March of 2020, 6-time CTWC gold bracket player, runner-up in 2020, semifinalist in CTWC in 21 and 22. 4th in last year's Jonas Cup, CTWC's North American DAS Championship. Key tuck there, as Kingsman would call it. Kingsman loves it. 532 for Andy, 551 for Leo. Another Tetris Andy, 556 into 19 for him, 577 for Leo. So Leo with the advantage at the 19 entry. Oh, did I miss a line spin? Oh, rip. I got too many balls in the air. I can't get every line spin. All right, level 20 now. The speed has increased by 50% relative to level 18. And the speed will stay the same until we hit level 29, which time that's going to double. That happens at 230 lines. But until then, the value of Tetrises goes up 1,200 points every subsequent level increase. $722 for Leo, still in the lead. $707 for Pixel Andy. Of course, out of the rooting interest in these matches, always, the Europeans always root for the European. The U.S. Americans always root for the U.S. Americans. $769 for Pixel Andy, $822 for Leo. There's a Tetris for Andy. Now, this is a best of 7. The preceding matches in this tournament were all best of 5. But once you get to the finals, you really want to try to take some of the randomness out of it. Oh, kind of a quick tap there for Andy to get that Jade to the left. He's got a Spire there, but he can still burn. He's got a nice triple wide, and he's got room to burn stuff. 872 here now for Andy. 926 for Leo. About 30 lines to go to do pretty much all the scoring they are going to do. Players occasionally can venture past level 29, but cannot reliably set up for high-scoring line clears. And maybe, can kind of scuffle out an extra level or two, kind of singling and doubling. Leo, one away from the max. That's one Tetris away. And yeah, kind of tough RNG right now for both players. Of course, players getting the same pieces. And Andy in trouble. Leo has got the max. Both players really kind of in trouble. Andy's going to open up that right side. Long bar over for a triple. He's at 996. He's actually set up dirty for a Tetris. And if he gets it, that will give him the lead. And yes, Andy is now in the lead basically for the first time this match, but Leo gets a Tetris right at the end. So Andy needs to get this as a Tetris, and the long bar gets in. That's a Tetris, and Andy is going to take game number one with a Tetris into 29. Both players Tetrising into 29. Andy had to set up dirty and got it, and he needed to get it. So Andy is going to take game number one. I think he knew what he had to do. He was behind the entire game, basically until that Tetris. Oh my word. And yeah, Leo was kind of scuffling a little bit. Both of them were really scuffling a bit for a couple of levels before 29. Neither one could really get anything together Tetris-wise, but I think Andy kind of extricated himself first, and because of that, he was able to set up for one extra Tetris, and that is what he needed. And it was really, a couple dirty Tetrises from Andy that did it. So new pieces are here. My word. I don't know. It's so weird. Like, what is this? September of 2025. And I started this in October of 2018. And I took over. So how many years is that? Like 14 years? I don't know. I can't do math. But you'd think you just kind of get over it and get, no, but it just delivers every month. Like, it's just every time. It's exciting. I just can't get enough of it. I can't get enough. All right, looks like both players are on seed. As soon as they both signal ready, we will get them started. All right, they're both ready, so let's get them started. Game number 2 of 7, potentially. Pixelandy up 1-0. All right, a lot of blue pieces to start us off. And yeah, totally just crazy double max outs, double 29, Tetris at the end. It never gets old. I can't get enough. All right, we are underway in game number 2. Man, players having a little difficulty with the RNG early on, but nothing too dramatic. So as I mentioned, these two players have faced off in the finals of this event 2 times. That was in September and October of 2024. Those were sweeps by Pixel Andy. And Dog, please run into the room very quickly because the cat. Okay, let's see. All right, no, the capture's good right now. All right, capture's good. It's all good. It paused for a second, but it came back. We're good. 136 for Pixel Andy, 138 for Leo. So anyway, the false alarm, Dog. These players have faced each other in DAS events 2 additional times. Those were this year. They faced off in the top 8 of January's DAS Masters. Andy took that one in a decider and would go on to win the whole event. And then in March, they played in the top 16, and Andy took that one in a sweep, but in the next round would fall to Dog playing Tetris, who would eventually take that one against AV Geek. So Andy has won all 4 of their meetings, 3 of them in a sweep. Leo looking to turn the tide. Getting their 3rd meeting in the finals. 283 for Pixel Andy, 250 for Leo. The cats are going insane for some reason. Can you guys hear that? Probably not. Oh, Andy with that L to the left, and that is going to be kind of a problem. He's still got the lead, so he's got a little bit of extra runway here to kind of clean this up and not lose too much. But he's got a dirty Tetris set up, and he's trying to wait it out, and he gets the Tetris. No, he's not going to try to set up for anything else because it wouldn't have been well, maybe it would have been a Tetris, but no, he's not going to tempt fate again. So Andy hanging on to a slim lead here. Board not clean yet. Leo going to take that lead now, though. 375 to 365, 1 line apart. The cats are going bonkers. And Andy, no perfect clear. Could adjust to make room for that square on the left. Just 8 lines away from that 19 speed increase. All right, 460 for Leo, 449 for Pixel Andy. All right, Dog playing Tetris. Calling Dog. 492 for Leo. All right, no, false alarm. False alarm. I guess there's a bit of a slowdown every once in a while, but then it comes back, you know, until it doesn't. But yeah, you better keep watch. Lighthouse, what the heck? All right, Leo ahead right now by about, 77,000 points. Tetris is here worth 28,800. Is that right? Is that how math works? I think so. Another Tetris Leo, 679, 672 for Pixel Andy. All right, let's see if Leo is going to try and set up. Oh, the game's just not giving him anything, so he ends up having to make a gap there and not even going to end up with that dirty Tetris that he was kind of go for. So a little risky bisky. And he's got the lead right now, but kind of a concerning couple of gaps there. He's bringing him down, though. Tetris for Andy, 676. Oh, that left side for Leo. Oh, no, and he cannot get that over. So that is a top out for Leo at 726. The target for Andy, 727. 727 is the target. And he's got it. He has got it. Andy has taken game number 2 and gone up 2 games to none. Now, this is a best of 7, so there's still plenty of room here. We've seen people win 2 games in a row. They can do it. It's a thing. I wouldn't worry too much if you're a fan of the European player. I want to know what that is. Did he ever tell us what that is? Is it potatoes? Is it like, it looks like potatoes and eggs. Like boiled potatoes and eggs, like he's lean bulking here. Yeah, potatoes and egg whites. It's cantaloupe? You think it's cantaloupe? All right. All right, if you say so, I'll fail him. You say so. Monkas. Remember, chatters, if you're a mod in the channel, pinners are winners. So it's yeah, Leo, I think you got the seed wrong, right? Isn't it 79AB54? Yeah, no worries. No worries. Okay, Looks like both players are ready. They are on seed and they are about to begin. Game number 3. Pixel Andy is up 2-0 in this best of 7. But Leo would like to win a couple here, tie it up. You can only play one game at a time. Let's get him started. Game number 3. This song is too slow. All right, well, hopefully hopefully Andy's capture comes back. And previously, yeah. All right. Yeah, it's early enough in the match that we're just going to restart this. All right, we're going to go ahead and restart this. So Leo, you can go ahead and top out. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and top out, guys. That is an official top out. That's all right. I don't think Leo minds too much. He's scuffling a little bit, so. All right, it's gonna be just a moment while while Pixel Andy. So yeah, Leo, if you want to take a break, Andy's gonna try to switch capture cards. If you want to take a couple minutes, sorry about that, everybody. I'm gonna run ad real quick. Jungle Cook, I did not eat raw potatoes. I would never eat raw potatoes. Don't eat raw potatoes. I did potato diet for like a week. But I got to get back on my fasting grind. I did not eat raw, but don't eat a raw potato. Like in The Martian, you know, I still haven't seen The Martian. I know it's a movie that my peer group says that I will like, but I just haven't seen it yet. I got to get it back on that fasting grind so I can be like all sleek and sexy for the Canada event that I want to go to next year. I want to go back to the Montreal event, so we'll get there. So Andy's gonna switch out his capture card. Oh, look at the moire or whatever on Andy's chair. Freaking me out a little. What's up, Poet? How's it going? Vandy, am I going to CTWC this year? Well, CTWC already happened. So no. Oh, do you mean Jonas Cup? Oh, Jonas Cup. No, I'm not going to that either. That's right, Suds. Get more sleek and sexy indeed. Oh, next CTWC? It's hard to say. I don't have any plans, but it's kind of like it's a big expense. And, you know, I'm not, you know, coffers aren't all that full. Not as full as they used to be. Maybe. If I'm working a real job by that time, I'll probably go. If I'm still doing this exclusively, I probably won't go. It's kind of ironic, right? Not the same seed. No. Here, we'll go ahead and we'll generate a new seed. You're ready? Oh, okay, sorry. All right, looks like both players are ready. Both players are on seed 6989 FA. Let's get them started. Game number 3 for real. For real. On God, no cap. The real game number 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, this time it's really going to work. It's really, everything's going to be fine. Now, I wonder tomorrow who's going to get the good one. Because in Masters, Andy and Dog are both in on opposite sides of the bracket, so this could be a little dicey. Yeah, tomorrow, make sure to watch the Masters Finals. It's going to be Pixel Andy versus Guafi. A long bar gets over for Leo. Oof, scary. And then Dog versus Knight. $98,000 Pixel Andy, $80,000 for Leo. Sunny looking for Dog versus Andy finals, first time since like 2022. In CTM, yeah, I mean, it's got to be. Let's see when the last time. I wish on Liquipedia that it would show the round number. Like you can get you use the head-to-head feature, and it will show you where they've met up and what the event is and what the score was, but it doesn't tell you what round it was. You actually have to dive in. Oh, but actually I can just go to. Okay, I know what I can do. I can just go to the main CTM page and scroll down. Yeah, so the previous time before, so Pixel Andy won Masters last month for the first time since August 2023. And who did he beat that time? Yeah, it was Doug. So the last time they faced off in the finals was the last time that Pixel Andy won. Before, last month. So it could happen again. It could happen again. A rematch. Finals rematch between these two. 307 Pixel Andy, 235 for Leo. But it could also happen that neither one of them makes it through. I mean, tough opponents here. Guafi and Knight, both of them motivated. But then again, Andy and Dog, two of the most experienced players with high stakes Tetris, deep in tournaments. So it's going to be a tough one. 288 for Leo, 376 for Pixel Andy. Jazzy Josh says, I want the streak of at least one new Masters winner every year to keep going. You know, a lot of times those will, you know, that'll happen. You'll get a new champion in months where like one or two top players take a month off. And, you know, Pixel Andy did, Alex T did take August off, right? And of course, Fractal kind of reseeding. You know, formerly he's a player that would make it through, so he's not kind of playing, and Alex T, and so I don't know. It was definitely a month where a couple of, you know, fresh faces could make it into the semis a little bit more easily. $503 for Pixel Andy, $427 for Leo. And according to Alex T, I interviewed him, of course, at the end of Tap Masters, and he says he's not going to play Masters again because he's going to try to focus on Das Masters. Now, I don't know if he's memeing there. It's hard to tell 100% with him. He could play anyway, but we're going to open quals for that. Plan is to open quals for that tonight. 523 for Leo, entry into 19. And Tetris for Andy, he's going to enter at 619, so about a 96,000 point lead for Andy at the 19 transition, and a 600K transition for Andy. So yeah, Andy was saying, Alex was saying that he wanted to get a DAS title so he can be like a tapping, rolling, and DAS champion. Tetris Leo 569, 662 for Pixel Andy. Leo out ahead by about 5-6 lines though. So remember, this is a best of 7. The first player with a 4 next to their name is the winner. All right, Tetris Andy 719. I wouldn't put it past a kid like Alex T if he sets his mind to something, especially Tetris related. I mean, you can make things very interesting. $649 for Leo, $785 for Andy. Well, I mean, especially if we keep getting $2,000 prize pools in DAS Masters. I mean, you can't expect everyone to just go, yeah, I'm not going to play DAS. No, people are going to try to come over and stop Pixel Andy from getting all their, Skrilla? Has anyone said Skrilla since like 2008? I don't think I've actually ever said that word out loud, so it doesn't feel right. $923 for Pixel Andy, $820 for Leo. Leo's got a Spire there, though. He's trying to work around. He gets the Z over. He's got a decently flat stack here. A little high there. He's got some burns he can take. Long bar. Okay, good. Tetris for him. $859. Nifty little delayed burn setup to get Tetris ready again. $860 for him. He's back by 100,000 points. And so he's really just got to go. He's got to just assume that Andy is going to Tetris out here, and he's going to have to get every point he possibly can and try to set up for multiples. Andy has got the max out. And yeah, that is going to do it for Leo at 942. And Andy is good and goes up 3 games to none. Andy just so consistent. And yeah, you see players do this, of course, as they get to the end and they know they've got it sealed up. They do the practice to try to set up for those multiples. But Andy is going to go up a commanding 3 games to none. So players, you can take a moment if you need to. All right, they're both on seed. They're both on ready. It's an uphill climb for Leo, but still possible. Andy is up 3 games to none. Game number 4. Leo has got to win to stay in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Jazzy Josh says, I think a reverse sweep in a best of 7 has happened before. Who has done that? Who is the first person ever to do that in a competitive Tetris match? Any guesses? Who do you think the first person ever to do that? At any level of competitive Tetris. Who was it? Who knows? Stolen Short Sword says, to reverse sweep a best 7 must require enormous skill and poise. He must be so cool. That's right. It was me. It was your old pal Van Dweller. Vandy versus Boxy. That's right. I do have a record, I guess. I have a record. I'm in the Tetris record books. Did that ever come up on Who Wants to Be a Max Outer? Remember the Tetris trivia game show? Did that ever come up? Like, it must have, right? It was hosted by Boxy, so maybe it didn't, though. Or he was so humiliated, didn't want to bring it up. 147 for Leo, 169 for Andy. Here in game number 4. All right, Leo uncovered the right side just in time for a long bar to come. 175 for Tetris for Leo, 193 for Pixel Andy. All right, nice little double there in a Tetris for Pixel Andy. When did this match happen? Well, I was trying to look it up in the match database, but someone else is using the match database, and only one person can use it at a time because it's a spreadsheet. Let's see. And yeah, it was in Classic Tetris League on November 11th, 2020. It was a relegation. I think it was a relegation match. So it's going on 5 years ago. And it's kind of like my Al Bundy Polkai. Well, you know, one time I came back from 3 games down in a best of 7. First player ever to do that. 345 for Leo, 345 for Pixel Andy. I mean, honestly, oh, there's a nice dirty Tetris there for Leo. I didn't so much win that match as Boxy just imploded. And I was just the lucky recipient of someone's implosion, but what the heck, you know, I'll take it. A win is a win. Vandy, how many people here think you just got your Married with Children reference? I don't know. I think it's something that has become a meme that has transcended the generations. So I'll give it a good 1/3. Pixel Andy 446, 384 for Leo. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Tetris for Pixel Andy and another one. 492 for him, 411 for Leo. Oh, Leo was early shift here, and this is going to be very tricky to downstack here. He needs to get something to bring this down a couple of rows. He's going to block it off. He needs to get a bar in there if he's going to have any chance. And no, that is going to be a top out for Leo, and Pixel Andy has taken this in a 4-0 sweep. Leo with that early top out on level 18. And Pixel Andy has won his 7th DAS Masters title. I don't know. Is it the aura? Is he just that much better? I don't know what it is. But Pixel Andy, this is his event. He just comes in and he takes it nearly every time so hard to defeat Pixel Andy, his 7th one. Leo, you played great. Congratulations to you on another really deep run. Not bad month to get a deep run either with that prize pool, thanks to N-Dog. But Pixel Andy, you are the winner. So that is the wrong color for that thing. So give me a moment to fix it because the filters are on and it shouldn't be. There it is. Oh my God, DAS Masters winner for Pixel Andy. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell, and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthly Tetris. Thank you and have a nice day. Pixel Andy, do you want a raid after this, after I thank everyone? That way you can celebrate your victory. Anyway, thanks everybody for supporting CTM and DAS Masters. We had some fantastic support in the prize pool this month. I want to make sure I thank everybody who contributed. Big contributions from Nate, aka N-Dog, Scott Gray, Fractal former roommate, Madelsberger, Pseudo Canard, Summer B, Cloudy Shoe, Davis WX, Andy Co, Sailor Ginseng, Rogue Potato, Neko, Russell C, Canine watching Tetris, Gilded Lizard, Abby Normal, Game Scout, Colin, Nicholas E, Arbarro, who wants you to join Tetris with the non-pros at tmp.tetris, LOL. DJ Mr. Burrow, monthly Tetris with a contribution, Mad Pear, Jade Hart, Ace Hardcastle, Cox, Danny J, Huckaxe, Trans Rights, Whoops, Colin, Army of Markness. Thank you all for your contributions supporting this prize pool. Really appreciate that. I want to thank everybody who supported the channel during this stream. And there you are. Wowies. Thanks for the new followers, Visual Mob and Dom Foolery, Twitch, subs or resubs, Wallband, Quietude, Real Band, and Canon. Thank you for your support. Patrons, thank you for your support to bring you this tournament. It's like my goal in life, at least right now, is to bring you as much high-level fun Tetris as I can. Patrons are helping to make that happen. Scott Gray, Jane, the Window, K-Nan, Techie, Corporal Shelby, Troy, and Kim, Rogue Potato, Cat, Mila, Jason, and a few others doing some extra support. I will get everybody updated on this slide as soon as I can. Probably not before tomorrow, but certainly going into our upcoming month, I will get it all updated. Thank you, everybody. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Make an ongoing pledge of support. Someone's asking, did Andy sweep the whole thing? Let me look at that and see if that is a thing. That is very well possible. Let me report the results of this match. We'll show you the bracket, and then we're going to raid Andy, and he can celebrate his victory with you. Das Masters reporting 4-0 sweep. Andy just, at least in this tournament, unstoppable. I guess if you fly him out to Germany, he's a little bit stoppable, but nearly unstoppable in this tournament. Let's take a look at our overall bracket, and you can just see the progression. Pixel Andy coming into the, pink bracket? Let's refresh it here. Pink bracket, Pixel Andy defeating Meme, Dog, Nenu, and Leo. All excellent players. So if I look at the actual progression here, did Andy sweep his way through? Let's look. Andy, yeah, Meme 3-0. Dog playing Tetris 3-0, Nenu 3-0, and Leo. Yeah, he didn't lose a single game this entire tournament, so that's absolutely crazy. All right, well, thanks again to everybody, especially our supporters for all of the things. Tech team, moderators, schedulers, thank you all so much. Thanks to Van Dweller for hosting this thing. I really appreciate all the fans for coming out, watching this, making it fun. And thank you to the players for being such a joy to schedule and for all being stencil ready all the time. All right, I'm going to go ahead. That's the first clean sweep of Das Masters, said Short Sword. Yeah, and back-to-back winner again for Andy. He's going to go for a back-to-back Masters win tomorrow. So check us out. Tomorrow, he will be playing in the semis and the finals. We don't know the finals, but he's going to try for the finals. Oh, I just leaked the script. But that's what's going on tomorrow, 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, 23 UTC. Pixel Andy Guafi, winner of that, plays the winner of Dog versus Knight. So we will see what happens. We have no idea. If he can get the double-double in a row, that would be absolutely nuts. But anyway, all right, thank you. We're going to go ahead and raid Pixel Andy while there's still some of you hanging out. Again, really appreciate all of y'all. 2 first-time semifinalists, yes. Guafi and Knight. Dog hanging in there. Of course, Dog going for the overall lead in Masters wins, too. So there's a lot on the line. Basically, any of those is a storyline, so you're not going to want to miss it. How do you spell Pixel Andy? P1 XELANDY, right? Okay. All right, go celebrate with Pixel Andy. Have a great time. See you all tomorrow in 28 hours. Thanks again, everybody. Have a beautiful day. YouTube, thanks again for hanging out. Ego Chip, Jungle Cook, Christopher W, Saturday Morning Games, Yoni, Mr. Barrow, Laurie, Mark, Super Kai, all the stars are here. Adam Kenobi, whatever. Okay, bye-bye. Take care. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful day.